Good morning, dear children. I am Akanksha Sharma from the Millennium School, Lucknow, and today again we begin with our virtual classes through videos. Till yesterday, we finished all 14 principles given to us by Henry Fayol, and today we begin with the principles given to us by F.W. Taylor. So, when we started the chapter, we studied that Henry Fayol is known as the father of general management studies and thoughts, whereas F.W. Taylor is known as the father of scientific management principles. So, just one more difference between both of them, although we'll study the more differences between Henry Fayol, the principles given by Henry Fayol and F.W. Taylor. But as of now, just you need to understand that Henry Fayol has given us 14 principles of general management, whereas F.W. Taylor has given us just 4 principles, and these 4 principles are the scientific principles of management. Apart from 4 principles, he gave us 3 scientific techniques and 4 studies. So today we begin with the 4 principles that were given to us by F.W. Taylor, and these principles are known as the scientific principles of management. So children, the first scientific principle given to us by F.W. Taylor is a science and not rule of thumb. So we should understand the literal meaning of this principle before understanding the meaning. Science, as we all know, is based on facts, figures, judgments, experiments, observations. And rule of thumb means following your own intuition, following your own will. Rather believing on facts and figures, you believe on your experience that you had in the past. So according to this principle, science not rule of thumb, Taylor actually wanted to insist that each job performed in the organization should be based on scientific inquiry and not on personal intuition, experience, or hit and miss methods, because you tried to hit a principle and it did not work. So hitting and trial method would simply waste time and energy. So rather he says that there must be thinking before doing, which is not in case of rule of thumb. Rule of thumb simply means dictatorship of management, because he would believe on his own intuitions, he would try to take decisions on his own will, he would try to take decisions on his past experiences, so which Taylor said should not be there. Rather, Taylor insisted on introduction of scientific inquiry, right? And he believed that there is only one best method to maximize efficiency, and this method could be developed by study and analysis and not by rule of thumb. So you can see 3 keywords we have for science and not rule of thumb, that it should not be based on intuitions, will, or experience of the manager. The decisions should be made scientifically. Scientific decisions and judgments should be taken. And the method on behalf of which the decision should be taken, that method needs to be developed by study and analysis and not based on personal intuitions and will and experience of the employees. So I hope the first principle is clear to you. The second principle that we move on to is harmony and not discord. So we need to understand again these 2 words separately. What is harmony and discord? So children, harmony means unification. Harmony means integration between the workers and the management. Now here, harmony and no discord is the principle according to which Taylor tried to insist that both management and the workers should understand each other's importance. It should not be that, management, if it's earning, say for example, management and the organization earned a profit, but then that profit is not being shared with the employees, right? So there would not be any harmony. There would be no cordial relation between the workers and the management. And children, under this principle, harmony no discord, you have to very importantly underline mental revolution, which is very, very important. If you can see, I've marked it over here. Very important from the exam point of view. Usually they ask to identify the concept which is mental revolution, or they ask you to completely describe the concept of mental revolution for a 3-mark question. So what is mental revolution? Mental means something related to mind. Revolution means a change, a big change that was brought up. So mental revolution was a term given by F.W. Taylor, which meant that there was a need required to change the mindset of both workers and the management. The management should understand, the management should change the mindset that usually management thinks that they are the only one who are running the organization. So this mindset should be changed. The management should understand that management isn't complete without the human asset. Management isn't complete without the human resources, the employees, the human asset in the organization, the individuals working in the organization. Similarly, the same change in the mindset was required on part of the employees. The employees also should accept that even they are incomplete without management. So children, according to this principle, those who work together in an organization must work in harmony, that is with mutual give and take and proper understanding. And generally in every organization there are 2 groups of people, workers and the management. So as I said, I repeat again, both should understand each other's importance, and the term mental revolution, which was again introduced by F.W. Taylor, which is important. And the third principle of F.W. Taylor is cooperation, not individualism. Most of you must be wondering that what is the difference between harmony, not discord, and cooperation, not individualism. So you must consider that the principle of cooperation and not individualism is just the extension of the above principle, harmony, not discord. So this principle simply states that work must be carried on in cooperation with each other, with mutual confidence and understanding for each other. Workers and managers must work in cooperation, whereas harmony simply said that the interest of both management and the workers should be the same, whereas this principle states that both workers and the management should work in cooperation with one another. And children, to have cooperation, management should welcome good suggestions of employees and they should be rewarded for their suggestions. At the same time, workers should not go on strikes and make unreasonable demands. There must be open communication system. So according to Taylor, there should be an almost equal division of work and responsibility between workers and management. So here we have cooperation and not individualism with the keywords. It is just the extension of the above principle. The only difference is that harmony requires common interest of both workers and management, whereas here they want cooperation. And again, as we studied in team spirit principle, esprit de corps principle of Henry Fayol, which says I should be replaced with we. Similarly, here I should also be replaced with we. The suggestions of the employees should be welcomed, and against those suggestions the employees should be properly rewarded. There should be equal division of work both between the management and the workers, and equal division of work you've already studied again in Henry Fayol's principle, that it should be divided according to the capabilities and qualification. Then there should be transparency in communication between both workers and the management. And children, the last principle of F.W. Taylor is development of workers to their greatest efficiency and prosperity. So here children, you need to understand one fact, that industrial efficiency, which means efficiency of the industries, the factories where the manufacturing work takes place. So industrial efficiency depends upon the efficiency of the workers. I'm sure you all would agree with this fact. And workers' efficiency depends upon proper training and their selection. So if the employees are trained, if the employees are scientifically selected according to the qualifications and the requirement of the organization, that will automatically ensure efficiency. So Taylor insisted that due care, the utmost care should be taken while selecting the employees, and after selecting, they must be given job according to their qualification, right? So employees must be sent for training from time to time. They must be updated with their knowledge, and this will ensure greatest efficiency and prosperity for both the company and the workers. So here we have keywords, as you can all see. Workers training is essential, then only you can ensure development of workers. Each person should be scientifically selected. Care must be taken that you're selecting the right person for the right job. And work should be assigned according to capabilities and qualification. So we finished 4 principles given to us by F.W. Taylor. We revise all 4 of them. First is science not rule of thumb. All decisions should be scientifically taken rather than being based on intuitions or experience. Second, there should be harmony and no discord amongst the workers and the management, and the term mental revolution. Third, cooperation, not individualism, which is just the extension of the above principle. And the last one is development of workers to their greatest efficiency and prosperity. Thank you.